So this morning I was walking down the canal just looking at the water, and it actually looks fishable again. In the winter the canal went super clear, and now it's gone really dark again, which is perfect for the fishing. So I've just bought light gear today. I bought the pole, my pole rig and a pot of maggots to see if I can recreate old times and catch a bunch of fish in my original fishing peg. Some of you watching now, if you've been watching since the start of my channel, you may recognise where I am right now. This is where it all started pretty much. I started pole fishing here, and it used to be really good. About this time last year it was actually. You come down and you'd get loads of little perch, loads of little rudd, roach and even some rough. They're like quite rare to catch nowadays. But yeah, loads of fish are here. And then in the winter, obviously, it went dud, just like everything else. But do you get what I mean about the water? It's looking really dark, whereas this time last week, it was see-through. You could see to the bottom of it, so this is pretty perfect. So I'm going to waste no time, get the pole rigged up, chuck a few maggots in, just to lure some fish around, put one on the hook, obviously, and get fishing. So with the pole all rigged up now, I'm going to open up my pot of maggots, which are looking pretty good, seeing as I've had them about 3 weeks now. And I'm just going to grab a pinchful like that, and just toss them out into the canal where I'm going to be fishing. I'll do 2 pinchfuls actually, just lure a few fish around. I know you should only really do it in small amounts, but I'll chuck a few in to start. No, I probably should set the depth here, but I don't need to today because I know the exact depth of this place. It's muscle memory at this point. I can just memorise it. And then obviously one of these maggots has got to go on the hook, so I'll choose this one. He's my selected maggot, poor thing. Off he goes, he can go in the water. So yeah, first dip in the water, off it goes. Whole fishing has started again, baby. Now I've got high hopes for this session, just like I do every single session I come out fishing. But this day, today, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling like I'm going to get a fish. I'm just going to revert back to my old tactics, what I used to use at this place. Cast it in, let it float all the way down to the end of this wooden block thing, which has been broke in a storm, sadly. But yeah, cast it back in there now and let it float all the way back down until I catch a fish. There's a few bubbles popping up just around my float, which may or may not be a good sign that there's some fish like rummaging it around the bottom, maybe a gridgeon or something stirring up the bottom, popping some bubbles up to the surface, who knows. Now of course, if I don't end up catching in this one location within the next hour or so, I've got 2 or 3 more locations in mind on the canal to go and fish with the pole. But let's hope we don't have to visit them, because I'm going to bag up here. I probably won't. A boat is approaching me all the way down there. Don't know if you can see it, but I might have to get out of this location shortly. Good thing is the second spot I know of is that it's on the same stretch. It's literally at the bridge at the end of this stretch here. So how about I go and fish there for a little while. So the place I'm going to is just ahead of me right there, if you can see the bridge. I've seen some monsters come out of this location. Not monsters as in actual proper monster fish, but I've seen some pretty big bream come out of here, some big perch. And there's a few pike that lurk around here. Not that I'm going to catch them today, but there is some around here. This place here tends to be better with a rod and a reel, because you can cast out over to the other side where the fish tend to be. But with the pole I can get to the middle where the fish also will be. So it's a win-win situation, I guess. I'm going to plonk my stuff down here and get casted out. I've done the exact same as I did down there. I've chucked in a few maggots, and I keep doing that every 5 minutes or so just to lure the fish towards me, if that works. It probably does. It works more in the spring than the summer, obviously, because it's still terrible fishing times at the moment, but there's a chance, eh? I just need to catch 1 fish on the pole, and once you've caught 1, you're on a roll then. They keep coming, in my opinion anyway. That's from my personal experiences. When you catch 1, they just keep coming from then on. There's nothing being caught in the margins here, and there's not actually any signs of fish there at all, to be honest. I've been looking around for ripples on the surface and nothing's coming up. So I'm just going to have a little walk under the bridge, have a few casts under here, because there is another boat coming, and that's the problem with the springtime. All the boats like re-emerge to the canal. Scare all the fish off. Oh well. Hopefully under this bridge I'll get one. When I was down there, there was a little bit of fish action right here. Quite a bit actually. A load of fish were jumping, and bubbles were coming up everywhere. Not sure what that was. The fish might be spawning because it's approaching that era of time, I guess. So I moved up here, see if I can catch them. So whilst I'm here, I'm just going to show you what I do with the maggots. I literally get a little pinch like that, 4 or 5 maggots, chuck them in around my float, and I do this every 5 minutes or so. Believe it or not, I've been out for 2 hours fishing now. 2 hours gone fast and I've still not caught nothing. Like, it doesn't weigh up in my head. I think my local canal's just gone dud and it's never going to resuscitate itself. Like, the fish are just going to go forever. I'm sure they'll come back eventually, but like, hurry up. So I'm going to switch things up, I think, and I'm going to go to location 3. Here we are then. I'm at location 3 now, finally, the last location. This one usually performs quite good, even though there's not the best stocking of fish here. There's a lot of gudgeon, a lot of little perch, and there is a few roach and rudd that I've had out of here before, so it should do me good. I'm having bites right now, I kid you not. Look at that float. Did you see that then? I was just having bites. What on earth? This is like a godsend. I'm having bites again. Oh my god, come on. I could land this fish. I'm getting excited now. Fish on. I've caught a fish. Guys, no way. I've just caught a fish. Look at that, little gudgeon. This is absolutely legendary. I've just caught my first gudgeon of the year. Surprisingly, I did not think I'd catch one today. And I've just caught a little fish. Let's get him unhooked and back in the water. But look at that beauty. He's very, very small, but I'm quite shocked. I love looking at the things. I haven't seen one in about a year. I reckon it's about time I get him back in the water though. Enough admiring the little guy. Off he trots. The fish are back at it again, biting the float. It's going down really gradually. Oh my god, I can't wait. When I just lifted the float up, he took the maggot off. So there's obviously something down there playing with it again. Guys, this is more like it. I'm getting constant bites now. I've just missed one actually. It went down and I lifted and the fish came off halfway. I was gutted. Here we go. Bite again. Bite again. Bite again. Go on. Oh my god, no, I'm not catching him. I'll tell you what, I'm absolutely buzzing with that little gudgeon though. I've not caught a little fish all year. Here we go, another one. Oh my god, that was a perch. I've just had a perch on. I missed it. Let's catch the perch. But I'm absolutely shocked that I caught that gudgeon. And it's weird to say because he's like a little fish. He was like 2 inches big, but I'm glad I caught it. It's mission catch another gudgeon and a perch now because I've just had a perch on, so I'm determined to catch a perch, and that'll be my first perch of the year as well. Come on. Roll on this session now. This is amazing. I've just had the biggest perch bite again, and then I go and sit down on the bench and put the rod on the floor for 2 seconds and I get the biggest bite I get of my life. Jeez, it happens every time. I'm just gonna have to stand up for the rest of the session now. At the moment I'm getting rapid bites every few seconds, and I'm about to catch a fish and a barge is on its way down. So I've got about 30 seconds to catch a fish before that barge gets here. I'll really try my best. Literally right there, just I've had a massive take and I missed it again. I'm gutted, I keep missing them. I've got a fish on, it looks like I've got a perch, a little perch, no way. Second fish of the session is a beautiful little perch. My first perch I've caught all year long. And he's got some nice coloration to him, this little fella has. I'm so glad I caught a perch. Just look at that, unbelievable. So in this one session I've ended up catching my first perch of the year, my first gudgeon of the year. What's next? My first roach and wood of the year. Come on, let's bring them on. But I'm gonna release this little guy now because he deserves to be released, I think. Ready? Off the perch goes. Oh, he just swam right into the edge. Whey, another little fish on. I've got a gudgeon this time. Absolutely great. Just look at how small the gudgeons are. He's the size of my little finger, I reckon. This is wicked. I'm actually catching fish for the first time this year properly. This is great. Off the gudgeon goes. This duck here has realised that I've got a box full of maggots and it won't stop leaving me alone. Bites. Yes, I've got another fish on. Oh wow, that's actually a big gudgeon. Look at that bad boy there. Yeah man, first big-ish gudgeon of the year this one is. He's got some beautiful patterns on him, he has. I think gudgeon are just like such nice little fish out at the canal. They look like something you'd have in a fish tank, which people do, have them in ponds and stuff. I used to have some in my pond at my back garden. But yeah, they're beautiful fish, gudgeon are. About time I get this little fella back in the water though, back to his little friends, so he can inform them that there's maggots around. And they'll all come and hunt my maggots, I'm telling you they will. Get back in there then, boy. Off he goes. Caught another little gudgeon, guys. I didn't get this one on camera, but here he is. Wonderful little fish, and he's like my 4th or 5th one of the day, so pretty darn cool. Look at him in the water, beautiful. Let's get him back in. It's been a fair amount of time since I've had that little gudgeon now, about 10 minutes, which is quite odd because I've been catching fish every like 2 minutes. It's been great. So I'm saying I'm going to give it another half an hour until I go in now. See how many more I can catch in half an hour. I reckon at least 2 more. You will not believe this, but look what I've got. I've got a gudgeon and a perch at the exact same time. What happened was I caught this guy and then I put the rod back in whilst I was unhooking it. Well, I'd unhooked him and I was about to film. And then this guy bit the hook and I've caught them both. So here is the perch. I've already released the gudgeon because he'd been out the water a little longer, so I did that off camera. Unhooked this fella and he's about to go back in the water now, so boom, off he goes. Double whammy, caught 2 fish at once. How cool's that? I believe I'm having some bites right now. Yes, I am, and I didn't catch the fish. But anyway, I'm going to get some more bites in a minute, and I'm going to catch one more fish, and then I'm going to have to head in. So one more fish. Let's just like make it the best one you could possibly get. Come on, like a massive perch or something. Got something on. I'll tell you what, it's nothing major, but it's the biggest gudgeon I've caught today, in fact. Pretty nice hook on this little fella, just through the top of his lip. Beautiful, beautiful fish. Now that he's unhooked, admire him for a little bit. This is like my, I don't know how many gudgeon have I caught today, about 5 or 6 now. You guys let me know in the comments because I completely forgot. But oh, he's sending himself back in, perfect. Well, what a session that has been. I actually caught some fish. Quite unreal really, seeing as it's not really spring yet, although the weather's picked up drastically the last 3 weeks. It was really hot earlier. It's gone really chilly now, but still a nice day. Yeah, I had about 5 or 6 gudgeon and 2 perch, or 3, I can't remember. I think it was 2 perch. So I've had about 8 fish today, which is a decent session for me. First few catches of little fish on the pole this year. I'm chuffed. With all that said and done though, I'm going to have to wrap the video up here. So if you enjoyed, please smash the thumbs up button down below, subscribe to my channel if you're new here, because apparently 80% of you are not subscribed, so get clicking that button for me. Turn on the notifications when you subscribed as well, so you don't miss another upload. Check out my merch at wolfjonesbrand.com, become a member of the channel if you want for exclusive perks, which you'll see when you read about it. But yeah, for now everyone, I'll see you in the next video, peace.